The Curse of the Golden Harp. In the kingdom of Velander, where mist-cloaked hills rolled like waves upon the land, there lived a bard of unmatched talent. His name was Leoric, a young minstrel whose melodies could weave laughter into the hearts of the weary and sorrow into the souls of the cruel. His voice was as smooth as honeyed mead, and his fingers danced across the strings of his lute as if he were born with music in his veins. One fateful evening, as Leoric performed at the annual festival in the great hall of King Alric, a hooded stranger approached him. The figure, wrapped in a cloak that shimmered like liquid shadow, held out a case of polished ebony. When the lid was lifted, Leoric beheld a harp unlike any other, a masterpiece of gleaming gold, its strings spun from silver-threaded moonlight. The stranger whispered, "A gift for one whose songs touch the heart of fate itself. But beware, for every note carries a cost." Entranced, Leoric took up the golden harp and strummed its strings. A melody poured forth, more enchanting than anything he had ever played. The room fell silent, and as the final note rang, a hush of awe and unease swept through the crowd. That night Leoric's fame grew beyond measure. Lords and ladies vied for his performances, showering him with riches and admiration. Yet, with each song from the golden harp, fortune came hand in hand with shadowed misfortune. At first, the consequences seemed mere coincidence. A nobleman who requested a tune found his estate razed by fire the following night. A merchant who tossed Leoric a heavy purse was later discovered robbed in his own home, left with nothing. The pattern was undeniable. Whenever Leoric played the harp, fate wove both fortune and tragedy in equal measure. The whispers began. Tales spread through the kingdom that the harp was cursed, that it had once belonged to a vengeful spirit who sang of love lost and betrayal deep, binding its sorrow into the strings. It was said that whoever played it would summon the unseen forces of destiny, for better or for worse. Determined to master the magic of the instrument, Leoric sought the wisdom of the old seeress who dwelled in the ruins of Eldra. The crone, her eyes clouded with time yet sharp with unseen sight, listened to his tale and nodded gravely. "The harp bears a soul unquiet," she murmured. "A spirit who once played with sorrow so great that even death could not silence its song. You wield its power now, but the more you play, the stronger the spirit's grip upon your fate." Leoric, filled with dread, resolved to rid himself of the cursed instrument. Yet, as he journeyed to the farthest cliffs of Velander, where the sea swallowed secrets whole, the harp sang of its own accord, weaving notes into the wind. The melody reached his heart, pleading, aching, a song of longing, of a spirit bound by its own lament. It was then that Leoric understood. The harp did not curse nor did it bless. It merely mirrored the nature of those who wielded its power. And so, with newfound resolve, he played one final song, not of fortune nor of woe, but of peace. The melody stretched into the night, soft as a mother's lullaby, fierce as a lover's embrace. When the last note faded, the harp's glow dimmed and the strings, once vibrant, dulled to quiet gold. Leoric buried the harp deep beneath the roots of an ancient oak, sealing it away from the hands of men who might wield its power without wisdom. Then he walked away, his voice still rich, his music still true, carrying only the lessons of fate upon his soul. And though he never spoke of it again, some say, on nights when the wind carries a ghostly tune through the hills of Velander, the golden harp still sings, a song of longing, waiting for the hands of another bard to wake its melody once more.